It's taken decades, thousands of deaths, and a relentless battle to have their harrowing stories heard. Now the end is in sight, but for those who have suffered so much, there is still much to fear. Jason lost his father to AIDS when he was just 4 years old. Jonathan Evans's NHS treatment for haemophilia included blood products contaminated with HIV.
In the 70s, he began to be given the new Factor VIII product, which infected him with hepatitis C. My first memory is being at his parents' house on my 4th birthday, and he was dying of AIDS in a bed.
In the 1970s and 80s, thousands of people across the UK were infected with contaminated blood products imported cheaply from the United States after being farmed from prisoners, sex workers and drug addicts. And these were used without being screened or treated. Sky News has seen documents that show Margaret Thatcher rejected calls for a special inquiry into the scandal as early as June 1990 and was against paying further compensation. And this memo from a cabinet meeting attended by Mrs. Thatcher in 1987, saying any money paid by the government was not an admission of liability for the infections. Some 30 years on, the infected and affected are still waiting.
If the government wanted to deal with this, just as they've wanted to deal with the Horizon scandal, they could bring forward legislation now, tomorrow. They could bring forward a bill, and I'm sure the House of Commons would vote for it, to set up that arm's length body, to set up a compensation framework, and to get money out to the people who are dying.
Stuart McLean was just 8 when he went to the doctor with a swollen knee. After being misdiagnosed with haemophilia, he was treated with contaminated Factor VIII, which infected him with potentially deadly hepatitis C.
This government, they could have put an end to this a long time ago. This could have been done decades ago. But they've dragged it out. They've been forced, kicking and screaming, to give us justice. And I hope, amongst all hopes, that they will give us justice in the not-too-distant future.
On May the 20th, Sir Brian Langstaff will deliver his report into the infected blood scandal. Since the inquiry was announced in 2017, another 710 people from this community have died, waiting for justice to be delivered.